There's a clear difference between the poor and the rich in GTA Online, and in this video we're gonna go over things that every millionaire and every billionaire has to be owning, from expensive cars to businesses to special upgrades to different weapons. Let's begin with the Terabyte, that with the Agents of Sabotage DLC has become a must-have vehicle in GTA Online. There's so many different cool upgrades inside of the garment factory. Getting inside of it and modifying it is gonna allow you to put some bureau tech on it, and we're gonna be specifically focusing on the master control terminal that's gonna be actually inside of the back. So the master control terminal is accessible through two different places. One of them is the Terabyte that we're inside of right now, and the other is the arcade, which is going to be all the way right here for me. I have them in both places, but I recommend, if you don't have it yet anywhere, that you do it inside of the Terabyte, just because it's much more convenient, since you could be anywhere on the map and then just call in your Terabyte through service vehicles, and then there it is. Then you just go up to the screen, press X or square on PlayStation to access the master control terminal, and basically what this is one screen that gets you access to all the different businesses that you own, like vehicle cargo, special cargo in the CEO office, air freight cargo, so that's the hangar, we have an MC business, we have gun running, that's the bunker, and the nightclub. All of the different businesses that you own are going to appear on this screen, so you don't actually have to manually go in each of these businesses and resupply them, which is super convenient because it does end up saving you a lot of time. If you're buying the master control terminal for the first time, it's going to be costing you 1.25 million, but if you already own one in the arcade or the Terabyte, the second one is going to cost you about $500,000. Personally, if I were you, I would just buy one for 1.25 million. Again, I do recommend it inside of the Terabyte, and it's safe to say every rich person in GTA Online has to be owning one, just because it makes grinding businesses more efficient. Next thing that gives you the ultimate rich status in GTA Online is having Mark II weapons, and specifically a weapon workshop in your businesses. There's a bunch of different places that you can get this weapon workshop, like for example in the arena, in the agency, inside of the bail office, and a few other places. These make your weapons 10 times better. Not only does it give them way cooler customization, but it also makes them more powerful. These liveries are a little expensive for weapons, not gonna lie, so it's definitely for rich people. A lot of really cool tints as well, so I really like these colors. By far the best weapon customization, way better than any customization we have inside of the ammunition stores. I just went for a stealthy black look on this beautiful looking Mark II sniper. I believe the most expensive upgrade is gonna be in magazines, so each of these has slightly different damage, and it tells you exactly what it does down below. Explosive rounds are my favorite because it does actually knock a person off balance after shooting them. Having an explosive sniper is definitely a flex in GTA Online. The best Mark II weapons to have are definitely the heavy sniper, the combat MG. The Mark II pump shotgun is an absolute beast. It has so much damage, way better than the Mark I version. I also went for the explosive option with the ammo type here. If you're rich in GTA, you have to be owning a Galaxy super yacht. Now these range anywhere from $6 to $10 million, which is extremely expensive and overpriced, but it's just a property that you have to be owning because you have a ton of money. Aesthetically, this is one of the best and coolest looking properties in the game, but money making wise, it's actually one of the worst, if not the worst, and that's why this property should be the last one you buy if you do want to get all properties in the game, just because it's a bit useless, not gonna lie, but it looks cool, and that's the reason I'm including it in this video. If you had the choice of spending about $8 million on a super yacht or an Oppressor Mark II, 100% of the time you should get an Oppressor Mark II, but if you have a bunch of money left over and nothing to do with it, then you would actually get a super yacht because it looks cool and you're rich. There's literally no other reason to get this property. The yacht missions really do not give you much, and I mean, at least you have this little hot tub and you can press right D-pad to sit down with friends, and I guess it looks cool, but again, this is basically all you could do with it. Rockstar really has to make this property a bit more useful because the missions aren't great, and I rarely see anyone actually chill on their yacht in a GTA Online session. You can find it in the Doctees website, and the customization is pretty cool, I would say. You can mess with a couple of different features like gold fittings or chrome fittings. I think the chrome looks a little bit better. A few lighting options that you can mainly see during daytime, so I went for the blue option. That does look best. The inside of this place is really sick, but honestly, once again, not much you can do in here. And since we briefly mentioned the Oppressor Mark II earlier, that's a vehicle that every rich person has to be owning. It used to be like $3 or $4 million. Rockstar raised the price of it to $8 million bucks, which is really expensive, easily one of the most expensive things you can get in the entire game. But if you're rich and you have a ton of money to spend, this is is definitely a must. Inside of the Terabyte is where you can actually properly upgrade it, put some countermeasures on it like flares, equip some homing missiles on it so you can actually blow some people up. Just like that. This is yet another status symbol to have. Many good businesses come with passive income wall safes that generate you money as you're playing the game and doing whatever else you want. One of them is inside of the agency. I'm gonna collect 36k, which really is not that much, but the best passive income is going to be from the wall safe inside of the nightclub. It generates you 50,000 bucks every 48 minutes, which is every in-game day, and that is a lot of money. So you can go to that business every now and then and collect a few $100,000, and it's very nice considering you didn't really have to do anything for it. Rich people in this game have to have multiple wall safes in multiple businesses. I have one inside of the agency, also inside of the bail office, inside of the nightclub, inside of the arcade. It can actually get you a lot of extra income as you're playing the game. As you can see, I was just talking about it, and look at that. The nightclub safe got me 50k, the garment factory has 7k, and it's really nice because you already spent a ton of money on all these different businesses, and as you're playing the game, you just constantly get notifications of you making money when you could literally just be standing in the middle of the street. Another thing every rich person has to have in this game is an HSW vehicle, and this is basically certain vehicles that can get enhanced performance upgrades inside of the LS car meet. To get a fully upgraded HSW vehicle, it's gonna be at least a few $1,000,000, and specifically with the Banshee GTS right here, it's a super fast car. Highly recommend this one specifically, but if you want to get this thing fully upgraded with the HSW, it's gonna run you about $4 to $5 million, which is a ton for a sports car. You can only get these upgrades inside of the LS car meet on the Xbox Series X and S and the PS5. I believe Rockstar said they were gonna add it to PC soon as well. The initial HSW upgrade is usually anywhere from a couple $100,000 to a few million. It really ranges depending on the car. And on top of that, you are gonna have some extra expensive upgrades in the transmission and the turbo and all that. The HSW engine tune is also going to be a couple $10,000, so more expensive than the usual upgrades. But for people with a lot of money that are watching this video, this is not really an issue. Every super wealthy person in this game has to have not one but multiple air vehicles in their hangar and stored in a bunch of different places. Like for example, the Sparrow specifically is inside of the Kosatka submarine. If you have a lot of money in this game, you need a super convenient helicopter like the Sparrow, the fastest helicopter in the entire game, and preferably some jets like the F-160 Raiju. The Titan 250D is another good one. These on average cost a couple $1,000,000, which shouldn't be an issue for people watching this video, but these air vehicles just give you superiority in GTA Online sessions. At least that's what it feels like, because the average player would be driving a super sports car on the ground, but if you have an air vehicle, that's how people know you have a lot of money to spend in this game, because you're using a super fast air vehicle with some great weapons like the cannon or homing missiles. And with something like this, the police can't do anything about you, and the only people that could really challenge you are tryhards that are really good at PvP. Having air vehicles is one thing, but another thing is having armored land vehicles, because having land vehicles is very important as well. For example, like the Kanjali tank that I'm using right now, it's a very good mobile tank to have that you could just ride around in. It's got unlimited missiles, or rockets I should say. The APC tank is another good option. The Night Shark's a cool one. There's endless armored vehicles that you could do so much with, and you can cause absolute mayhem. I mean, look at what's going on right now. Armored vehicles do actually include Imani Tech vehicles because they do have the missile lock-on jammer on them. The only place to get Imani Tech is inside of the vehicle workshop of the agency, and there's a couple of good options. I did make a video on the best Imani Tech vehicles before if you want to check that out, but a great option would be the Omnis EGT. Amazing looking car. It's got some armor plating on it, as you can see, so it takes a couple of missiles to blow it up, and with the missile lock-on jammer, no weaponized vehicle can lock onto you. So cars like this are an absolute must for every rich person and just every GTA Online player in general, honestly. What would you add to this list that I haven't mentioned in this video? Let me know down below in the comment section. Leave a like if you want on to enjoy, subscribe if you're new for more awesome videos like these, and help us get to 200,000 subs. That would be much appreciated. And if you like this one, chances are you're gonna like the video on the screen right now. I hope you all enjoy that video, and peace.